Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you the most fun way to collect Wither Skulls. There's a short list of mobs that drop their head when killed by a supercharged creeper, and this includes withers, which are obviously extraordinarily important. So the real beauty to this farm is you don't need to slab any part of your nether, you don't need to increase the spawn rates for the withers at all, because 100% of the withers will drop their skull. So you'll only need to gather the couple that you'll just have hanging around your base naturally. So, believe it or not, the creepers actually come from the overworld, so we'll go there now to show how that whole process works. I think this place is easiest to explain with a quick aerial view. So the entire facility is on a small island just off the mainland. The large white box is where the creepers spawn. If you weren't aware, you can create spawning exclusively for creepers by using trapdoors to reduce the height of their spawning paths to just under 2 blocks. And spawning doesn't actually have to be that efficient here because we really don't need that many of them. So before they get struck by lightning, we need to make sure that they do not despawn. So this area over here is how we separate them, and that way we can use name tags on them. So they'll come in here on the left, and of course we get a zombie just for the vid. I must have missed a couple of trapdoors in the spawning area. It's no worries, they'll just burn up here soon enough. So you see how the creepers actually sprint out? I actually stuffed a cat back there so they are fleeing the feline as they do. Once they fall down, the light turns on and the gate above them closes. So this is all done through tripwires. And then once they're all named, this button over here will retract the pistons back and then they'll be grouped. So they're grouped in this underground area here, and they'll actually just wait here until there's a thunderstorm. So over here is the lightning rod. When it storms, the process of supercharging them starts as well. So this area is actually open to the sky. It has to be so that lightning can come down. The wiring I did is a bit messy, so we're actually just going to hop over to a creative world where I think it'll be easier to explain. Okay, so it's actually not quite as complicated as it might look. So I'll spawn a creeper in here. Whoa! Alright, did you guys see that? Okay, so when lightning strikes, 4 things actually happen. The first thing is the dispenser fires and lets out water, and this will push the now supercharged creeper into the hole. The next thing that happens actually isn't depicted here. But basically, a line goes to signal for the next creeper to be brought in via minecart. So then the third thing that happens is we actually want to cover the lightning rod. So the reason why we want to do this is if lightning strikes again while we're in the process of another creeper coming in, that'll kind of mess up the system. So we actually need to cover it temporarily to make sure the lightning doesn't strike until we're all set and ready to go. And so then the fourth thing that happens is on the left, that hopper clock. It'll start that, and that time is just how long it will take the creeper to get from where it was being stored to now in position. And so then it'll send a pulse to the 2 things that need a second pulse, which is the dispenser. It needs that pulse to bring the water back, and the piston, it needs that pulse to bring the block back, so the lightning rod is then exposed again. So after they've been supercharged, they get pushed into their own Nether Portal, and this is where they are. I've only had a couple accidentally escape as I was building this. None exploded. None have exploded in this location, anyway. So they'll wait here until I push the button shown earlier, and then a cart will bring them. They'll go up and around, they'll hit the activator rail, which will dispel them, and Minecraft actually won't let you just dispel them into thin air. There needs to be a block for them to be on. So there is a block, and then the detector rail right afterwards, that will retract that block with a piston, and so then they'll fall into place. I will never get bored of this. Beautiful, beautiful. So what to do while we AFK waiting for a thunderstorm? And I actually came up with something. So the middle button, that will bring the creepers across the center of the ceiling, and I'll actually show you that on top of the roof. So this is this back of house area. So you can see the pistons that we talked about earlier that will retract and they'll drop, as well as the gates and how they're powered from the tripwire. Alright, so we'll go up here to the roof. Oh, you can already see some of them coming in. And yeah, I probably won't use the ladder just because obviously there are creepers there. So I'll take you back over here. So this column is where they'll end up being dropped, and I'll show you why we want to do that. So as you probably suspected, there is a skeleton here. So we'll go inside. They'll trigger some tripwire, which will remove the glass, and I'll lock myself in here. And so now the skeleton sees us, tries to shoot us, and shoots the creeper instead. And this will give us the music disc. So this is where I sit while I wait for the thunderstorm. And it's worked pretty well. We've actually gotten a decent amount of music discs. And so thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this build and want to see more like it, I have a Let's Play series where I'll be doing similar things. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe. I'm new and need all the encouragement I can get.